I'm so glad to be back. Today I just wanted to talk about why it's so scary to be yourself. Actually, this is my second time recording because the first time I recorded this video, it was in 4x speed and there was no audio. And I feel like those little setbacks that we have in our own lives, we take that as an excuse to say that we can't move forward and do those things, which is quite literally what happened just now. I feel like I was like, wow, I really poured my heart into that first video where my mic was off, but I feel like there are a lot of blessings in disguise with those kind of things because honestly, you know, there can be great things that come out of a second take, and maybe trying again makes you feel more experienced. It's been a while since I've last talked in front of camera, so maybe I just needed to warm up a little bit. And maybe this will be better, you know? What was really heavy on my heart lately is that I have been still feeling so not confident about myself, really. Like, it's like a real struggle every day. No matter how much better I feel, some days it will always come back to me and kind of tear me down a little bit. Like, I think it's just kind of engraved in my subconscious, and I'm still working on trying to develop those things and fully heal. And I am not quite in the place where I can really go out and just completely be fearless and be in this mode where I'm just like, my mind is on and I know what to do. But I feel like we're all in that place. We all have our down days, we all have our down weeks, you know, and we're all in different places where we can't really compare ourselves to other people who might have, you know, maybe worked on themselves quietly for longer, and it just makes it seem like they're doing it easy, but maybe internally they've been struggling for years, and it hasn't been until year 5 of trying to get out of this, you know, lack of self-confidence, low self-esteem, where we feel like we don't deserve to go for our dreams. Like, maybe for other people it took longer and we didn't see that. And there are a lot of things where it seems like other people have it easier. You feel like you're less of a person, but in reality that's not it. I think for me, I've specifically been struggling because I kind of feel very like inadequate at work. I think it's because like we don't have really set like deadlines. We don't really have, or I work also fully remote and haven't like really worked in office ever, and I just feel like it's okay to kind of slack off. I feel like I'm not really proving myself to be earning more, and I have all of these things and like self-consciousness and like low self-esteem, and I feel like kind of bad about myself lately. And that thought kind of reminds me of a quote I saved on my phone where it's talking about how, yes, there are a lot of things you can do, listen to inspirational things to help build yourself up again, but nothing will be more satisfying than having an undeniable list of accomplishments for yourself to really feel that confidence. No matter how much you try to work on your inner self, if you don't put any action towards it, nothing's really gonna happen. Today is like a Sunday and I really just wanted to just chill and not do shit. Honestly, I didn't want to do shit. I didn't want to talk to this camera and record and like talk about stuff and be vulnerable and face my fears, but you know, I'm here. I honestly, I set up this futon so I could just like continue reading my manga that I bought a couple days ago and have these snacks that I bought and just chill and not do shit. But you know, I do have a couple things that I've always wanted to work on like over the weekend, just to get ahead of and like be prepared, be at least a little bit more prepared than I have been for the past year of work. You know, I think it's never too late to change. I know I have these habits and things I believe about myself, but there's no reason for that to define who I am right now. The same applies for you guys listening. Like, there are a lot of things that we believe about ourselves right now, today, and how negative it is, how shitty it feels, but like, that is not a reason for you to feel like that is who you are. It's a lot closer than you think. Like, I feel like we can have this almost depth perception where we feel like we have a goal for ourselves, but it's so far away. So we treat it like it's so far away. Like, this is this is literally me quoting like a podcast from Ed Milet show. Like he says that we know where to go, we just have a depth perception problem where we treat our goals so far so they stay far. But if we treat them as if they're so close, then we will act like they are close, because in reality if we do, then it will be closer than we think. There are a lot of things that feel like, yes, it's gonna take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. You have these like, oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire in 10 years. But if you keep thinking like 10 years, why not 2 years? What can I do this month to start? Honestly, it can be really hard to even like do that, like to start. But I think if we don't have a good support system, that's like a great place to start, because I feel like I have a really hard time reaching out, asking for help, or even talking about my personal problems. But I've been working on myself. I've been learning to try to bring those sensitive topics about, you know, inner childhood, like family troubles that I have that are really sensitive to me, to more people, to more of my support girlfriends. In reality, like, it's not so bad, because I listen to their problems all the time. And when I shared mine, like literally yesterday, she was like, oh wow, like that must be hard. And I don't know why I was expecting her to be like receive it in a negative way, but her almost nonchalant attitude where she kind of empathized, I don't know, like it was kind of very touching to me. She really didn't like say anything like super like crazy, but the fact that she just listened in just a matter-of-fact way meant a lot to me, because I think I've just experienced so much rejection when I was younger about talking about myself, so I tend to not do that. Just in the littlest ways, whether it's just like slightly talking about with people you know you can trust, or maybe you don't have those people in your life, going out to look for those people, because how are those people gonna find you if you're not looking for them? Putting good quality content in your life as well, like controlling your social media in a way you're feeding yourself positive things that will grow you and put you into a growth mindset, like listening to podcasts, like books. Honestly, I love anime because there are some that are really inspirational to me. Like there are a lot of different like little stories and arcs in that storytelling way where it inspires you to be better people. I don't know if any of you guys watch Demon Slayer. I think it's really good. There's this one story about this really strong swordsman, and I feel like I just resonated so much because his father never validated him. His father was an alcoholic because his mother died, and even when he became the highest rank swordsman in that story world, he went to his father to tell him, and his father told him he was useless. And his little brother asked him, hey, like, what did father say? If I become that, will I also be someone of worth? The brother was just like, to be honest, he was not happy, but I am here for you and I will support you and be here no matter what, and I'll love you no matter who you are. And I don't know why that was so like touching and inspirational to me, because I was like, damn, low-key coming from an Asian family, I don't think I was that validated. There are a lot of things that I was kind of good at and kind of chasing almost their validation because I didn't really feel good enough in a lot of ways. And I remember there was one time my dad said like he saw potential in me, but it was one time, and that caused me to just like cry because I didn't feel like that at all. After listening to that story in the Demon Slayer, I was like, well, it's time to turn that pain into maybe seeing how other people are lacking in those ways. There are other people who relate to this story or probably treated similar ways to I am. There are other people struggling in those ways. I could be helping them. I know how it feels. So why not support those people who need it as well? And it's turning that pain into love, because everyone on this earth has a story, has pains, has hardships. There are reasons why they hurt people. There are reasons why they love people. There are reasons why they do everything. And because of that, that is a blessing. It's beautiful because we can see how their story is somewhat similar to ours. they're not going to be exactly the same, but we can relate and put ourselves in their shoes. They can put themselves in our shoes. We can see that we're all human at the end of the day. Life is fleeting. We can all be gone tomorrow, but if we love today, if we choose love today over fear, there can be that much more love in this world. There can be that much more positivity in this world. I think that is beautiful. I don't think people were made to be alone. I think we were all made to be together, even though we have a lot of disagreements and a lot of people judging us for the decisions that we choose, a lot of people who are against us. But if we're able to just choose to love ourselves and our desires and our wants and to go for what we want, I think is gonna make everyone so much happier. Because although there are some people who are gonna put you back and say, well, this job is more secure, these things are more a safer route for you to live. If you yourself are not happy at the end of the day, I don't think it's worth it. Obviously, you don't have to do something amazing. There are a lot of ways that we can live our lives amazingly and humbly, where it's not so jazzy and like out there, you know? We don't have to become millionaires, billionaires. We can be great moms, we can be great parents, we can be a great sister, best friend. There are a lot of different things in our life and routes that we can take. Sometimes it's just okay to be ourselves as well. And like, we are enough. You are enough. You are everything you could be, and you deserve so much more than you think you do. I think once you really believe that you deserve more, I think those things will start coming to you, but I think you're kind of putting it off right now. Because that's how I am. I think that's how everyone is. Everyone thinks they deserve less. Even people who are super successful, they have unhappy areas in their life too, where they probably secluded themselves from some of their closer friends or family. They probably feel more lonely and they don't believe that they deserve that close friendship. Or maybe you're not in the best financial situation because you don't believe that you deserve more, but you do. I don't think anyone deserves to be in a tough financial situation, but I think deep inside we need to believe that we do deserve more in the first place. Because we are valuable. You are valuable. Although it's been hard to believe lately. It's just like there's a lot of things in this world that can distract us from kind of our inner thoughts. And I think I've been doing that a lot lately. I've just been kind of distracting myself, hence why I did not want to like film this today. But I think once we come to reality and with our own thoughts and our own actions and our own subconscious thoughts, that can be a very powerful thing, because you're giving yourself the love and the time to listen to yourself. I think when I used to journal back then, I used to just really hash myself out like, wow, you're a piece of shit for thinking this way. But no, like, maybe you give yourself more love. Yeah, you can have all these negative thoughts, but a slight shift of gratefulness, growth mindset, and positivity can make our lives a lot more impactful. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. You guys matter a lot. Please take love with you and try not to let those fears overwhelm you, because our lives are fleeting. They're short. Life is too short to be hung up over the details of those past memories that were so far away, when there's so much more this world can offer. So see you next time.